Well, Matt, what a way for your side to earn a point at the end, having been 2 goals down. What was your take on that one?
What is my take on that one? Roller coaster evening, shall we say? I thought first half played really well, played some good stuff. Probably weren't sharp enough in around the box. Didn't end with enough, and then second half for 20 minutes, we obviously conceded a soft goal from a corner, and then Kean Spence kind of slips up, and you 2-0 down, and they hadn't really done a lot in the game to hurt us, so that was frustrating. But look, the character, the team spirit, the desire we've got, we're on a bit of a run of results as we speak. So a lot of positives, and in the end, we arguably could have nicked it with Martin's header at last minute. I'm sure he should have hit target with. But look, a lot of good and a lot of bad to take out of it. I thought we could have been a lot more positive sometimes in this player. But I think we felt a little bit of tension from the crowd, if I'm going to be honest. And we're a young group who need to stick together, and we need to all be in it together. I've said that before, obviously early in the evening, but a real positive point after the team showed a lot of character.
The injury crisis you've got at the minute at centre half meant that Hamish Douglas earned his first league start. What a way to cap it at the end.
Yeah, unbelievable, yeah, and that's his first goal in senior football, so huge credit to Hamish. But look, I had 6 or 7 players out of there tonight who were recommended to play between 30 and 45 to 60 minutes. So the fact that they've put the bodies on the line, the fact that we've kind of all been in it together. I've just spoke about the group being tight-knit in different circumstances. So sometimes in a bit of adversity, because we had certainly a lot of that today, but then sticking together and keep going to the final bell, and we've shown that, and that really pleases me.
Yeah, what does that say about the character and the fact that they are willing to run through brick walls? For you, 1 or 2 may have been questioned by the supporters last season for not doing that. It's certainly turned on its head for some of them now.
I just think we need to support that fact. Look, I come to a few games, obviously, within that 3-year period, and I was sometimes yelling onto the pitch. So I understand it from a fan's point of view. And I know they pay hard-earned money, and I know that they come here to support the team. And it's up to us, like I've just said to players in there, to sometimes give them something to shout about. But I felt first half, we played some real good stuff, probably without enough cutting edge. And then second half, the character and the desire that we showed, but also from where I was stood, obviously in the technical area, that the feeling in the stadium that last half an hour and the power that the fans do have, and felt it against Bradford, felt it again today. We've had good times here at home so far. There's only Stockport who've beaten us here, and they're top of the league. So, look, a lot of positives, some negatives. I've said it, we're going to be a long journey. It's going to be a long journey. We're working as hard as we possibly can, and we'll carry on doing that.
It's a side who were determined to keep that unbeaten record going in the league, wasn't it? 4 games coming into today with 25 minutes to go. It looked like that was going to come to an end, but to come back and keep it going, it just sets you on a good stead for Saturday.
Yeah, and look, there's going to be ups and downs. I keep saying the same things. Look, we're not going to come here to the New York Stadium because we've had good results, just steamroller teams. We're not. Like, every team's got something about them, hence why they're in League One. I felt tonight we probably didn't play as well as we could have done, and that's a frustration. But at the same time, sometimes football isn't won with tactics or individual brilliance. It's won with a desire and a character, and to win your duels and win your battles. Like Jordan Hughel's come on after playing 130 odd minutes, played as a centre back, and he's winning flick-ons and cajoling everybody. Sam Nombe is running his blood to water to get something out of the game. Martin Sharif should only play half an hour, brought him on at half time. Sean McWilliams gave me everything first half, and he's just run out of gas. Kean Spence, the list is endless. Reece James with his ribs, Rafferty should play half an hour. So look, there's some things that people kind of don't know and appreciate, and the player's character has come into question this last 3-4 years, whatever it is. But I can't be concerned with that. What I can be concerned with is that they're giving everything for this badge at the minute, and as a fan, as a manager, as a coach, whatever you are, you have to think that is an amazing feat. There's lads in there who, like I said, giving everything they've possibly got.
Given the news pre-match about the couple of centre halves who are facing a pretty lengthy spell on the sidelines, how do you go about finding that balancing act between, giving the players the minutes they need, but the minutes that you need them to play as well?
That's the hard bit at the moment in time, if I'm going to be honest. Obviously, that's a rearranged game from earlier in the season. So we probably couldn't have done with that this week, if I'm going to be brutally honest. But at the same time, it is what it is. Extra time didn't help us Saturday, obviously. So it just feels a little bit like we're having a bit of bad luck. But look, that is what it is. Look, we'll stay positive, we'll stay together, we'll stay united, and that's what we are. And as a group, and the fans and the staff and everybody affiliated to this football club needs to remain that way, because there's going to be ups and downs. It's not all just going to be plain sailing.
It's a point that takes you into the top half of the table. Though. It must be nice to be sort of looking up rather than thinking about what might be over your shoulder.
I think so, yeah. But look, I don't know. I think at the minute I'm just a little bit frustrated. I'm frustrated with some levels of performance. I'm frustrated that in fact we didn't get 3 points. I felt that we could have potentially had a bit more noise in the stadium, if I'm going to be honest. That ain't me like having a go at fans. Fans know what I think of them, but I just think there's times where, and I've spoke about this. There's times where the players need the fans, and I think that showed at the end of the game there. So they can be so powerful. So again, we've got another game Saturday. I hope they come up. I hope they're loud and proud, and we can give them a result.